You won't believe what just happened to Bahati. And just when we thought that this story couldn't get any crazier.
So Bahati, mimi nakuomba msamaha.
Boom, another shocking twist hits the internet.
Bahati, mimi nakuomba msamaha. Mimi ni papa yako.
First, it was a woman claiming to be his biological mother, but now a man has appeared out of nowhere saying that he is Bahati's real father.
Nilikusaa na nilikuja nikaona kuliko sababu mimi nilikuwa sikuweko na uwezo, nikaona wacha nikupeleke children homes.
And that he is not dead. But listen,
inaweza kuwa tu mimi kuwa tu Mluya, mimi sio Mkamba.
That is not even the wildest part. This man says that he abandoned Bahati as a children's home, and he explains why. And trust me, when you hear the reasons, you'll be speechless.
Ndio kaake huko kwa sababu nikekutupa ungekuwa labda umekufa. Sasa mimi nakuomba msamaha, unitafute, na hata nikikuonako kila siku kwa TV nasikia uchungu sana.
Bahati himself is completely devastated, saying that he is confused.
The woman who has said that she is my mom, that my mom is not dead.
Heartbroken and doesn't know who to believe or what to believe anymore. Imagine thinking that you buried your own mother only for someone to appear claiming that she is alive. And just when you think that this story has reached its limit, wait until you hear what Bahati wants to do next.
Hata mama yako pia ako hajakufa, hata mimi niko sijakufa, na utamuona tu kwa social media akikutafuta. Hata mimi nimeongea na Pastor Yohana akaniambia ni jaribu chuchini atanitafutia wewe.
DNA tests, family secrets and twists that could change everything.
Mimi ni papa yako, niko na miaka 69. Nifanye tu ninakulaka msuri. Tafadhali nitakuomba msamaha, hata kama nitie ne tutafanya. Mimi Bahati nakuomba msamaha kabisa. Mimi ni papa yako.
He knows about his past. Stay right here because what you're about to hear next will shake this entire country. So here is where things get absolutely crazy. A woman named Judith Makoha has come forward in a viral TikTok video that has been viewed millions of times, and she's not just making casual claims. She's looking directly into the camera with tears streaming down her face, begging for forgiveness and claiming to be Bahati's biological mother. Now you might be thinking, okay, another person trying to get famous off a celebrity's name, right? But hold on, because this story has layers that make it impossible to dismiss so easily.
But it's also emotional. Sitaki kuichukulia kama jokes juu. I'm like, what if it was true?
In the emotional video posted by Penina Rasugu Foundation, Judith speaks directly to Bahati with a voice filled with pain and regret. She starts by saying those words that no one expected to hear. Bahati, I am your mother and I am asking for your forgiveness. But here is where it gets even more intense. She acknowledges that Bahati was told his mother died. She knows about the funeral. She knows about the grave he visited. And then she drops the bombshell. She claims that this story of her death was fabricated so that Bahati could have a better life at the children's home. But that is not all. Wait until you hear how Bahati responded to these claims. His reaction is heartbreaking, confusing and absolutely real. Plus, there is a twist involving his older brother that makes this story even more complicated. Don't go anywhere because this is about to get even more intense. Now, when these claims first surfaced on the internet, the entire nation held its breath, waiting for Bahati's response. Will he dismiss it or will he embrace it? Will he investigate? And the answer was more complex than anyone expected. Bahati took to his social media platforms, and you could feel the confusion and pain radiating through his words. He posted a message that captured exactly what millions of people would feel in his position. He wrote, and these are his exact sentiments. But my mom died over 25 years ago. I personally attended the burial and witnessed her grave. Now, this is where Bahati's skepticism started to crack. Remember, he was ready to dismiss these as another publicity stunt. But then something happened that he could not ignore. The comment section exploded. Thousands upon thousands of Kenyans started comparing photos. They started looking at Judith's facial features. They started looking at Bahati's children, and the resemblance that people started pointing out was uncanny. Bahati himself acknowledged this in his second video, and he said, "This is the first time I am seeing her on video, and all those comments you guys are writing saying that she looks like my kids. It may look like a joke, but I don't want to take it as a joke." This is huge because Bahati is known for his publicity stunts. He's known for creating drama to promote his music and his Netflix reality show. But here, he's publicly admitting that this time, it feels different. To truly understand why this revelation is so devastating for Bahati, we need to look at his life story. This isn't just about one claim, it's about the foundation of everything that he's built on. Kevin Mbuvi Kioko, better known as Bahati, was born on December 22nd of 1994. His story is one of those most powerful rags to riches narratives in the Kenyan entertainment story. Life at the orphanage for him was hard. Bahati has spoken about struggles, the hunger and the uncertainty, and the pain of being a child without parents. But it was also here where he discovered his gifts for music while attending St. Teresa's Boys High School in Eastleigh. He started singing in school competitions. His talent was undeniable, and after completing his secondary education in 2011 with a C+ grade, Bahati decided to pursue music full-time. In 2012, he teamed up with Jay Blessing and recorded his first song, Siku ya Kwanza, which translates to First Day. The song became a hit and opened doors in the gospel music industry. But it was his song Mama, released in 2013, that truly launched him to stardom. In the emotional track, Bahati poured out his heart about losing his mother. He sang about the pain, the memories, and the longing for a parent he will never have seen again. The song resonated with millions of Kenyans who had experienced similar loss. His success continued to grow. He won multiple Groove Awards, including Best Upcoming Artist and Male Artist of the Year. He became one of the most celebrated gospel artists in East Africa, and he even founded his own record label, EMB Records, Eastland's most beloved, in 2015 to help other upcoming artists. But here is the thing. Bahati's entire brand was built on authenticity. He was the orphan who made it. He was the street kid who became a star, and he was living proof that your past doesn't define your future. It was not just part of his story, it was the story. And now, with Judith's claim, all of that is being questioned. If she's telling the truth, then what else about his story needs to be re-examined? If his mother didn't actually die, did his father die either? Was he really a complete orphan, or was he an abandoned child? These distinctions matter because they reshape the entire narrative. Now, here is where we are in the story right now. Both Judith and Bahati have publicly stated that they are willing to take a DNA test. This is huge because it means we might actually get answers. Judith, in her emotional video, specifically offered to take a DNA test. She said, "I am ready to do a DNA test so you know that you are my child." She's putting herself on the line, and she's willing to prove her claims scientifically. And Bahati, despite his confusion and pain, has also indicated openness to this. In his posts, he asked, "Should I pursue a DNA test? Is it even possible?" He's reaching out to his fans and to the public, asking for guidance on what to do next. The fact that both parties are willing to take this step suggests that we are moving beyond speculation and towards concrete answers. A DNA test will definitely prove whether Judith is Bahati's biological mother or not. There will be no more room for doubt, no more speculation, and no more wondering. But here is the thing about DNA tests. In situations like this, they are not just scientific procedures, they are emotionally loaded events. If the test comes back positive and confirms that Judith is indeed Bahati's mother, then what happens next? How do you rebuild a relationship that has been absent for 25 years? And how do you reconcile the pain of abandonment with the love of a mother? How do you integrate someone back into your life when you've already built an entire existence without them? And if the tests come back negative, then what? Does that prove relief, or does it just deepen the pain? Does it make Bahati feel foolish for even considering the possibility? Does it make Judith look like she was lying all along? What you're witnessing here is one of the most emotional complex celebrity stories to emerge in recent Kenyan entertainment history. This is not about a scandal or controversy in the traditional sense. This is about identity, family loss, and possibility of discovery. Bahati's journey from the streets of Mathare to becoming one of East Africa's most successful musicians has always been inspiring, but now that journey might need to be rewritten. The narrative might be more complex than we know, and the pain might have different sources than we understood. What makes this story compelling is its authenticity. Whether Judith's claims turn out to be true or false, the emotion on both sides is undeniably real. Bahati's confusion is genuine, and his vulnerability in asking the public for guidance shows a man truly struggling with an impossible situation. And if Judith is indeed his mother, her tears and her plea for forgiveness reflect years of pain and regret that no amount of fame or success can erase. The image of a mother watching her son on television, seeing him succeed but being unable to reach him, is heartbreaking, regardless of the circumstances that led to their separation. For fans and followers of Bahati, this story serves as a reminder that behind the music, the fame, and the public persona, there is a real human being grappling with fundamental questions about who he said he is and where he comes from. It reminds us that success doesn't erase the pain of the past, it just gives you different resources to deal with it. I'll be wait for the DNA test results, and whatever comes next, one thing is certain: Bahati's life will never be quite the same again. Whether he gains a mother or has to accept that the mystery of his origins continues, he's been forced to confront his past in a way he never expected. And this is a developing story. We'll be following it closely. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the updates. What do you think about this situation? Is Judith really Bahati's mother? Should he proceed with the DNA test? Let us know in the comments below. And if this video gave you a new perspective on Bahati's story, hit that like button, share it with anyone who needs to hear this incredible story, and remember, life is complicated, family is complex, and sometimes the truth is stranger than any fiction we could have imagined.